Yes, yes.
So I
Can
was
hear
saying
you.
first, I'm saying
MSK,
first off,
good to see you.
same here, my darlings. Same here. Good to see all of you.
Are you sure I'm not in
And
Harvard with you like this? Are you sure?
please come. I need company. Come. It's boring here, me alone here. I need all the company I can get. So first off, I would like to say Happy International Women's Day to all of us,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
every woman who has dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Trust
Yes,
me, either you are
yes,
Mm-hmm.
young, either you are old, either you are white,
Mm-hmm.
either you are black, no matter your race,
yes,
your dreams are valid. Now, when
yes.
Funto
Valid.
called me, I don't think I can still
Valid.
That,
talk quickly
that,
before we start. When Funto called me and said there's a program coming, I was very excited. You know why? The course I'm doing
Mm.
here is actually a women in real estate and leadership course. Yes.
nice,
Amazing.
Yes.
nice,
So it was the
nice.
perfect timing. Exactly. And the fact that this week is also our week makes it
Yes.
super amazing. So it's a
Amazing.
topic I'm
Mm-hmm.
very passionate about. And me coming
Mm-hmm.
here has kind of broadened my vision. And in my class, there are over 60 women from different countries doing
Hmm.
big things in their different companies. I'm talking of women that are heads of boards in
Mm,
multinational
Hmm.
companies. I'm
mm.
talking of women that are
Wow.
CEOs, MDs. So it kind of gave me the exposure that okay, women are actually doing. If you think you're doing big, you need to see what the next woman is doing.
What the next
Yes,
woman
So
is doing. Mm-hmm.
let me not take the shine. I just let it say this quickly before we start. But trust me, every woman's dream, no matter what that dream is, no matter how big it looks before you, is achievable. It's just up to you
Yeah.
not to play small. It's up to you not to limit yourself. Because most times, from the case studies we've been taught here in the past few days, we are our own problems. We are the ones who limit ourselves.
mm.
So I'll get
Ourselves.
I'll get into more details when it's my turn to talk. So good to
Yeah.
see you all.
That's
Okay.
just
Thank you
amazing.
so much. Thank you so much,
You're
Ambassador
welcome.
Doctor Funke Kehinde. That was an amazing start. That was an amazing start. And I feel like you've gingered us. You've
Mm.
Mm,
gingered us for this already. I was so happy to have you here. Welcome, everyone.
thank you.
I wanted to say let's wait a bit for people, but no, we won't do that. We are kind of behind time
Schedule.
already. So and this is being
Mm,
recorded, so we can always share this.
mm,
Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining. If you see me looking here, that's me admitting people. So yes,
mhm.
we're so honored to have everyone here. Thank you once again, Ambassador Dr. Funke. Thank you, my amazing, amazing, amazing HOP, Mrs. Ochanya. I can see Miss Funta is also here, our honorable sales expert. We're still waiting for Mrs. Martha. I'm hoping she's able to join on time. But yes, we're here. The topic as we all know, is promoting women's inclusion in real estate. We won't deny the
Mhm.
fact that when the whole industry started, when construction started, it was more of it's a man's thing, or construction is a
See.
man's thing. But as time went by, we found out that real estate is now vast. So I don't actually have to be
Mm-hmm.
in construction to be in real estate. I don't have to do that. There are other aspects in real estate that we can be in women, and that does not mean that as a woman you can't also be in construction, because you can. You can do whatever you want to do. So this program, this webinar, is majorly to open our eyes, open up our minds to see the amazing things that we can do as women. And I'm going to be starting my question with Madam Funke, since she has given us, she has
Yeah.
started this ginger. Let's just give it to her to continue. So the first thing
Okay.
I'm going to ask, really is,
Mhm.
what inspired you? Why real estate, really? What inspired you to pursue a career in real estate? And like, I know right now you're currently in Harvard, learning more about this
Yeah.
same real estate.
Mm,
And the question
mm,
is, why is there so much passion? Why?
mm,
What is in real estate that attracted you? What has been your journey? What has it been? We want to hear the story. Give us the tea.
mm. I'll give you. Don't worry. Good morning, everybody.
Good
Everybody that's
morning.
here. Good to hear you and see you. For those that can see their faces. Okay, so my name is Dr. Funke Kendi, and all of my life is real estate. I eat real estate. I breathe real estate. I wear real estate.
Mm.
Now, my journey into real estate started about 22 years ago. Yes, and
Wow.
before then, I've always been somebody that likes buying and selling. Anything that you have to sell or to buy, just call me. As long as it's legal, I will buy it, I will now sell it. And as at that time, I had 3 boutiques, which I still have, where I sell clothes and shoes and all of that. So along the line, the family got bigger. We needed to move house, and of course, like you all know, when it comes to looking for houses and all, the man will say, "Go and look for the house. Anyone you like, you see and like, just let me know. I'll pay." So I went searching for houses, to move into, and the fact that it was a rigorous activity got me thinking that this thing is actually there. We need more people to do this agency work. Then we call ourselves. They call themselves agents. Right? So that was one. Then secondly, I realized that when we now found the place, they were asking us to pay 10%. I was like, this is how much people make in this business. Hey. And it told me, well, I like money.
Yeah.
So I never say no to any extra income. So I was like, okay, fine. I have boutiques, yes. I can also do this by the side. Then to now make it solid, I had a friend who was already into this, and she kept pulling me MFK. I see, but then I was Funke, not MFK. So like, Funke, I see the passion you put into this your boutique thing. I thought that you would do well in real estate. So after we paid for the house and we paid the agent a whooping 10%, I was like, okay, Oga, from now, I'm going to start doing this thing. This real estate money, I will chop inside. So that was how my interest started growing gradually. I started small from letting houses. From there, as you grow, you meet people who also teach you, and I started selling houses, and the rest is history today. So it's been an amazing journey. If you are someone who is dedicated and has a passion, you will enjoy real estate. I've enjoyed real estate. Real estate has changed my life from here to there. So yes, I love real estate, and it's been an amazing journey for me.
You see, one thing I know I forgot to do, and I'm so sorry about that. I forgot to introduce you. I forgot to tell everyone how amazing. Who is even the speaker? And so, you just heard from Ambassador Dr. Funke Kehinde. She's the MD CEO of Brilliant Concepts Realtors. And, thank you so much. One thing, I can't believe it's been 22 years. It doesn't even look like it.
And
22
counting.
years. That's
going to be here for a long time.
That's been a whole time. And now 22 years. I would like to ask. I'm sure the journey wasn't smooth all through.
No, it wasn't.
I'm very sure. Because I'm barely 9 months in the real estate industry. But the shaggy that I've been seeing, oh God. So I would like you to tell us, what challenges have you faced as a woman now? What challenges have you faced as a woman in the real estate sector? And also, how did you overcome these challenges? Yes.
Yes, it has not been a bed of roses all along. No. I've had challenges as a woman. I've had challenges in my journey. And one of the challenges, there are many, but I'll just touch on one. One of the challenges I've had in my early years, not now, in my early years of learning the ropes in real estate, and like I said, I started with lettings and leasing. It was later I ventured into sales. So you and I know how agents are now. We call ourselves agents that time. When there is a house to let, there will be a long chain of agents. At that time, it was difficult to get your own direct briefs because one, I was new in the industry. Then two, there were not so many houses like that. So when there's a brief like this, there'll be like 20, 30 agents on that same brief. Now, because I already have a passion for selling, it's what I do, right? More often than not, I usually get more leads that will say, oh, I saw, it was in the days of BBM then, BlackBerry Messenger, that time. We didn't have Instagram then. So I'll post my house, and then I have 2-bedroom for let, 3-bedroom for let, studio, mini flat for let. And because I had a large following, even then on BBM, people will say, oh, okay, I want to see, can I see today? I can't see tomorrow. So I'll say, okay, I'll get back to you. I'll quickly call the person I know that has a link to the brief, not even the direct brief. Now we say, okay, let me call you back. Let me also call the brief, So we kept calling. So the information flow was really bad because I had to wait for somebody to call somebody to call somebody to call somebody. Eventually, when we now fix a time and day, when the client, which is my client, now comes for an inspection, and paradoxically they now like it and they want to pay, you now see the people that are going to share the commission. So most times, this woman, and you find out that it is more of men that have to deal with.
Yes.
So it's not like, who is this one, this newbie? In fact, somebody told me, I remember now, somebody told me when we started, then I started then that the day he saw me hustling, I think I was trying to get a client to buy something, and he was like, and then I was almost double my size. I was horrible. I've lost weight now. And he told me later, he told me some years back, I said, MFK, the first day I saw you, sorry I'm deviating a bit, is a guy. He said the first day he saw me running up and down, trying to do something for a client, I was like, who is this JJC that, this horrible JJC? This one cannot last long in this industry.
Can you imagine
because he was judging me by my size, because I was really big. He was judging me by my gender. But he came back with his own mouth years after to confess. You know what they call true confession? He came back with his own mouth and said, this woman, you have he was judging me by my size, because I was really big. He was judging me by my gender. But he came back with his own mouth years after to confess. You know what they call true confession? He came back with his own mouth and said, this woman, you have exceeded all my expectations. Like, really, what was your expectation for me? I was like, when I saw you so many years ago, I was telling my God, this is horrible, this JJC, you go just tire, So back to what I was trying to say. So I had the challenge of the long line of agents I needed to share money with. And most times, because I was new then, they would cheat me out of it because I was a woman. So that kept going on, and because I didn't really have a voice, and then I was timid, I was shy. I'm not the MFK that everybody knows now. Then I was like, let them not abuse me. I'm just new in this industry. Let me not start with a bad name. So I had all those shortcomings and challenges at that time, but of course, not now. Right?
No.
And what also helped me overcome that is, this is a word of advice to every woman listening to me now. Whatever your craft is, whatever you're doing, don't be timid. Don't hide under the table.
Yes, please.
You have a voice. You have a voice. Make good use of that voice. Now, luckily for us, and from some of the studies I've had here in Harvard, and our case studies, women are beginning to voice out. So, as a woman, whatever you do, either you're in real estate, you're in any industry, do not shut up. You need to be bold, because some industries, especially in Africa, are still very male-dominated. So one of the things that helped me overcome all of this was, they saw that with time, I said I was determined. And like, okay, this work, we go down. I will learn all the ropes. And then I started going for trainings, I started going for conferences, I started getting to know people, I started pushing myself until I became a brand, until I became a known brand. So I don't see any man right now that will cheat me out of a transaction. I don't see any man that will say, oh, who is this one? If I should be the other way around, I'm going to cheat you. I'm just saying, So the solution to this, to the challenges we have in our different kind of businesses, either real estate or otherwise, is women need to realize the power that we have. See, we don't know how strong we are. The truth is that when we come together as a force, even men shake.
Yes.
My class here in Harvard, we are about 65 in total. 60 of us are women. You'll be shocked. Out of a class of 65.
That's nice.
60 of us. I wish I knew how to share slides. I'll have shown you the group photo we did. You see that from beginning to end, now women. It's a real estate and leadership course. So when we talk in class, even the men, they keep quiet. And I'm like, this is good. You know, it makes me feel really happy. So yeah, the solution to this, to any challenge any woman has in her business is do not keep quiet. Don't change yourself. You can't do this. You just need to have a voice. You need to work on your brand. You want to see that you are doing well. You want to see that you're not you're consistent. You know, to keep getting better. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much. One thing that was mind-blowing. One thing I took from what you said was do not be timid. And personally, I feel like that is one major issue, especially because you are meeting people, you're selling million naira worth of houses, so people you don't know. So it can creep in. Being shy, being timid, don't let me say something wrong that would tick off the client or something. That thing is a limiting factor. And just like MFK has said, you know, women out there, please do not be timid. Own your craft. Like she said, she started going to webinars, meeting people, seminars. You know, the more you expand your horizons, the more you gain knowledge, and the much more knowledge you gain, you feel like timidity will just start living naturally, because now you are so much, you know, you have so much knowledge to work with. Thank you so much, MFK. I'm going to come back to you. I can see that Mrs. Martha is here. Mrs. Martha, can you please, you know, let's see your face. Let's see that beautiful face, please. Mrs. Martha, are you here? Can you hear me? Okay. So, all right, it's like Mrs. Martha is not ready. So I'm going to continue with you. MFK. So I'm just going to ask you, right? One more question for you. How do you envision the future of women in real estate? You know, what changes would you like to see in the industry? What were the things you want women to do more? What's the future? What future do you foresee about women in the real estate industry?
For the women who are determined to own their craft, for the women who are determined to go all out, for the women who are determined not to seek validation from anybody, especially their male counterparts. I see them going far. I want to talk about one of the case studies we had here. This was actually yesterday in Harvard, that I am now, Harvard School, Business School. We had a case study of a company, a UK-owned company. And you know, they were taking us through. There was so much to read about the company and all of that. And one of the slides, they showed us how the boardroom looked years back. When there's a meeting, the picture was the boardroom full of men. There were over 20 men on the board of that company, and they were all men, no single woman. So along the line, a particular woman joined the board. Before she even got to the position of joining the board, it was hectic because she got so many negativity, you know, and all of that. But she worked her way through. She was a determined woman. For anybody that's interested, I can share that case study later. I can send it to you so you can send it to others so they can read through it and understand what I'm trying to say. Now, she was very determined and she was like, no, she won't take no for an answer. For every door shut in her face, she went back, we strategized, until she became one of the board members. And when she became one of the board members, the first thing she did was she made up her mind that she was going to get, and that's where inclusion comes in. She was going to get more women into that boardroom. Now, she started reaching out to women, and she realized that most of these other women were actually overqualified academically than even the men on the board. So it was just a matter of, oh, you're a woman, you don't have to be up here, you can be there, you know. So she started reaching out to the women and saying, oh yeah, there are openings here in this UK company. The board needs more women. We need more people to be involved. We need more women to be involved. And the first challenge she met with, the first brick wall she met with, was the women as themselves. And that's why I said, we women ourselves have a lot to do. Now, 80% of the people that she reached out to, 80% of the women she reached out to were like, no. I don't think I'm I can do this. I don't know. I think it's bigger than me. She's like, what the hell? Women are our first problem. We are our own first problem. Stop thinking small, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can eradicate that mindset for that, oh, I am small, or oh, I can't do this, oh, what will they say? Oh, it's a man's world. No. If you can eradicate all of that, then trust me, you can even do more than you think you can do. So that's the first thing we need to remove. Then secondly, still going back to the case study, with time, she started educating the women, and before you knew it, over 60% of the board changed from men to women. And guess what happened after that? Women came with their expertise. We all know that whatever women are involved in, we always put in our best. We always come into with so much passion. And within a space of 2 years, the company changed in terms of numbers, in terms of more products. Everything changed positively for the company. And this was happened because they had more women on the board. What am I trying to say? What I see happening right now, from now into the next 5 years, is that women are going to be more involved in management. Women are going to be more involved in different industries of the economy. Women are going to be more go-getters. Even as a typical case, which is Metro and Castle, I'm sure that by the time you're counting your top sellers, I'm sure you have more of women. No apology to the men. Okay, there's no man here actually. It's okay. No apology to the men. I'm sure that you can confirm to me that when you look at it, you have more of women being top sellers. And this happens not just Metro and Castle, in most other real estate companies. So what are we talking about? Women are becoming more what's the word now? Empowered. Women are becoming more knowledgeable. Yeah. And they are becoming more involved in management matters, in business. Real estate, for example, used to be a male-dominated industry, but now women are taking the lead. So yeah, I see a bright future. I see a future where women are beginning to know their worths and know what they actually want, what they deserve. I see a world where women are beginning to say, yes, I can do this. It may take me a while, but I can do this. It's a progressive step. Yeah, so I see it working for us. If only we can change our mindsets.
So it's about the mindset. You know how we used to have the mindset that it's a man's world? There was even a song about it, claiming that it's a man's world. But now, women are breaking that bias. Women are pushing, women are pushing through, and it's amazing to see. And I totally agree with you that in the next 5 years, women are going to be doing big things. We're going to become inventors of things. We're going to be at the helm of leadership. Yes, and it's so amazing. Thank you so much, MFK. So right now I'm going to be going to my amazing HOP. I'm going to be introducing Mrs. Achanya Udeme Usoro, the head of HR and People Operations at Metro and Castle. Hi, Mrs. Achanya. How are you doing today?
Hi. Fine, thank you. So nice to be here and to see MFK again after a long time.
Yes,
MFK, good to see you.
Yes,
after that business school, after that MFK School of Business, School of Mentorship. Yes. I've not seen you since then. So I'm going to catch up with you in Harvard, just for the record.
Please come.
We need more women here. Can I tag along for this reunion?
Please come. The more the merrier.
All right, Mrs. Achanya, it's good to have you here. We're so excited to have you here. We can't wait for the wealth of knowledge that you have to bring. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm so pumped up. I had an amazing time listening to MFK. I mean, like everything she was saying, just resonated so right. Because I think, in fact, if we close here, we've actually done justice.
I'm telling you,
yes, we have. We've done justice to the topic, for why we're even here. And I think the choice of women inclusion.
All right, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, okay, I can hear you.
All right. And I'm saying that even the theme for this year, the International Women's Day theme, talking about inspire inclusion, I think is very profound, as well, because I like the fact that it's no more a secret that women are taking charge, and permit me to say taking over. I mean, see the likes of MFK here. She's my bragging right any day, anytime. You know, I have Funta in the house as well. You know, I have Martha in the house. So, you know, so we have women that are taking charge. I remember during COVID in 2020, and when we were looking at, you know, the presidents of the world that actually performed significantly, you know, the presidents that stood out were actually the female presidents. So we're even shifting from inclusion to taking over. I'm just very eager to see the thing for next year. And this is not in a bid to say, oh, there's a competition. I think women are beginning to realize that we're no longer competing with ourselves, but we're collaborating. You know, so it's just really beautiful. I'm really excited that you know, all that we have to share today. Really, thank you so much for putting this together, Tammy.
Thank you so much for being here. So, Mrs. Achanya, I'm going to ask you, you know, you are the head of HR and People's Operation in Metro and Castle. Now, I'm going to ask you that as a woman in a leadership position such as yours within the real estate sector, what challenges have you encountered in your role as head of operations? And, you know, how did you navigate through these challenges?
Okay, so thank you. I like telling stories, right? Like MFK. So I'm going to tell us a story of how did I even find myself here. You know, sometimes if you understand your journey, when you begin to face challenges, it will be a bit easier to getting out of them or finding solutions, right, to them. So I'm a very people-oriented person. I'm someone that loves to create culture. I'm someone that, you know, loves to put structures in place. And then I came in contact with Metro and Castle that is very much involved in community development, right? And community development. So for Metro and Castle, it's not just about real estate, but it's about changing lives. And I'm like, wow, this is actually the place to be. So we're not just, you know, building houses, we're building people. We're not just building people, we're building communities, and then destinies are being transformed, you know, really. Now, all of these things I've said sound so sweet, but then you need people, you need operations, you need structures, you need the right culture, you know, to have all of these things in existence, you know, and then that's why I come in. So when I now talk about what challenges have I encountered or have I faced, quite a lot. Now, real estate, which is one of the arms of our business, you know, was a new industry to me. So it was like I was exposed to this part, you know, for the first time. But then you now talk about how did I even navigate through? And that's the place of mentorship. You know, so a lot of women that are on this platform today, you'll be asking yourself, I'm finding myself in a new field for the first time. How do I navigate through? Am I going to fail at it? One thing MFK said that I want us to hold on to is just do it. And I attended a conference in 2018. I might not remember everything the facilitator said, but I remember the theme, and that was do it afraid. So I just want to say to you listening right this afternoon, do it afraid. You are there, you can succeed. You know, just have the right mentality that, oh, is this where I am right now? I'm going to do it and I'm going to succeed while at it. And I'll be honest with you, it's okay to fail. It's okay that sometimes it will not go the way you have planned. If you're like me that loves to plan, oh my God, I can plan for Africa. I will write down my plans, strategize. At the end of the day, some things don't go as planned. In fact, you might even get disappointing comments. You might even not get the validation that you desire, but that's not enough to stop. Because I remember at the beginning, it was more like, are you sure she can do it? This one, she's looking fragile like this, like MFK said, horrible. There is always going to be all of those agitations. If they don't throw stones, how are you going to show your victory scars? I mean, be proud about the scars that you're getting from the battle. It's part of your beauty, it's part of your story. And all of those things have actually helped, you know. And then lastly, the place of mentorship. So, you know, I was determined that I'm going to succeed while at it, But in succeeding while at it, I had the right mentality. I was already prepared that there are times when I will not get it right. There are times when I'll get it right. And then I hinged on the success of people that had gone ahead of me. So no matter how much right mentality you have, you cannot do it on your own. My dad used to tell me that the heights that giants reach was not tried by sudden flights. You know, so it's not just by desiring and then taking off. No, you have to climb on the shoulders of people that have gone ahead of you. Now, you might say, oh, but I have 15, 20 years work experience in the banking industry, but you're finding yourself in the real estate. You might end up having to learn from people that, you know, might just have 5 years experience. It doesn't matter. All that matters is you have a goal. So in whatever you're doing, have a goal. This is the goal. How am I going to achieve my goal? And another thing that I touched in a bit when I was we're having the introduction was on collaboration. There really needs to be a mental shift in our world that competition is actually not the way to get to the top. It's collaboration. Yes. I honestly I do not need to push the head of operations of maybe Gracias or whatever other real estate company aside. No, I can collaborate. We attend conferences together. We share ideas together. In December, Temi, you and I attended quite a number of conferences. And then you could see that I do not need to push you aside. We can actually share ideas. There might be that massive government project that is coming up, and you do not have the capacity to handle it alone. I can call on MFK and say, oh, what strategy do you think we can? Let me even give us an example. So I think 2 weeks or so ago, my husband was telling me that we should watch how this song that almost all the popular musicians at the time put together, "We Are the World, We Are the Future." That's, you know, this thing. And one thing I picked from that video was that the people that wrote the song, when the people that sang were more than the people that wrote the song. They had the producers. They had different people. Like, in fact, it took them quite a while, but they used 2 nights to end up singing and producing and letting the song out. So it taught me a lesson. We can actually all win. In this journey of inclusion, we can actually all win. I do not need to say, oh, my voice needs to be more melodious than yours. No. My crack and rusty voice might be the flavor that a erroneous singer actually needs to put the flavor together and produce that fantastic song that is going to be a hit. There are some musicians we have today that people say, this one cannot even sing. But guess what? You're buying, you're listening, right? You're listening. So I'm not limiting my experience to just real estate, because I've seen quite a number of people that have joined in, and they're not particularly in the real estate industry, but they are females that are trying to navigate and find their way through life. Yes. You know, please, mentorship will do you a world of good. A world of good. And then when you fail, you go back to your mentor. A lot of people don't want to be accountable. That's one of the things that has also helped me. Oh, I've fallen. I go back and I'm like, oh, sir, how do I go about this? This is what I think I should do. And say, oh, no. So from their experience, you don't repeat some mistakes. From their experience, they'll tell you no. Don't go through that strategy. You want to close a 1 billion naira deal. You want to use this strategy. It won't work because they have already gone ahead. They've already seen it. So let's just stop there for now.
Oh, that was a whole textbook. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, I caught 3 things from what you said. I caught mentorship. I caught collaboration, which, oh my God, that came at the right time. And then I caught accountability. You know, for me, accountability is one thing that people mostly lack. You know, like you said, they don't want to sound like probably scared or look like a failure. But like you said also, it's okay to fail. Failing once or failing twice doesn't make you a failure. It's the ability to keep going, to keep pushing harder. That is what even helps you become a success. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ochanya. So I think Hi, Martha. I can see you online. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ochani. That was amazing. I'm going to come back to you. We still have one or two. Even Madam Funke, we still have one or two things to talk about. Hi, Martha. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Are you here with us? We'd like to hear your voice. Wow. Mrs. Martha, are you here with us? Oh my God. Okay, so while we wait for her, all right, so while we wait for Mrs. Martha, Miss Funto Adewimbi, are you here with us, please? Mrs. Funto is currently chasing money. Miss Funto, rather.
Important.
She's currently chasing money.
Like everybody will say, I love money.
I do. I don't even hide it. I do.
I remember that School of Mentorship, that today program, and then you were saying, I can see. It's good to tell yourself the truth. Let me go do my face when you were doing me that day. See, it's good to tell yourself the truth. Me, I love money. And I cannot hide it.
It's true now. I love money and I'll do anything legally. Anything that's legal.
Thing.
Yes.
Legal thing. All right.
Please.
MSK, I'd like to ask you one question.
Okay.
Personal question.
Okay.
So I know that you have a family, you have children, you have a husband, you have many businesses. And I'd like you to talk on work-life balance. How do you balance your family life, your work life? You have staff that you have to, it can be crazy. Let me use that word at times. And you just feel like, you know what, am I going to even go through this day sane? So I'd like you to just, tell us, how do you navigate through all these people that you have to manage while also still showing up at home?
Okay. One of the things that has helped me remain sane in the midst of everything.
Remain sane.
Yes, one of the things that has helped me to remain sane is something I call a third place. Now, what is a third place? Third as in three, third place.
Third place.
Now, what's the third place you would like to ask? A third place is something that is outside your work, outside your family, but gives you joy and helps you relax. Now,
like that.
Individually, you need to find what that third place is for you. For me, many do not know, but I'll say it now. My third place for me, Funke Kehinde, is mentoring. I love to sell. I love my family. I'm a wife, I'm a mother. I perform my duties on both sides. But there is a third place that gives me sanity, that helps me relax, that I have passion for and I love to do. And that is what bettered MFK School of Mentorship. Now, every individual, either man or woman, has to find what that third place is for you. That's the only way you'll be able to balance your life and have some sanity in whatever you're doing. Now, one of the things that also helped me to balance my life.
It's fine. It's unmuted now. Then the video team is not allowed to use your camera.
Papa.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm trying to sort it out. Sorry.
Okay, so just mute yourself. So like I was saying, one of the things that also helped me, aside my third place, is have a good support system. Everyone needs that, otherwise you will burn out. I have a good support system. My husband is amazing. My children are amazing. I am blessed with a circle of amazing friends who are always pushing me. MFK can do this. A couple of them, I told them, this Harvard, I want to come there. I was looking at their mother. I'm an Debu girl. This morning I have to pay. So like MFK pay. So you need people that are pushing you in your corner, saying you can do this, you got this. So a supportive backbone like family, in this case, it could be husband in this case, or your spouse. And an amazing circle of friends, not competitive friends, not friends that when you do this, when you do something or when you achieve a milestone, you want to quickly achieve that. Yeah, that's not bad in itself, but you need to also be careful of competition.
Yeah.
Exactly, the motive. That's the word. So yeah, a good support system on the back end. That is home now, and supportive friends cheering you up and saying, yes, you can do this. I'm so proud of you. I had a presentation yesterday, and honestly, it was like the happiest day of my life.
Oh.
And when I posted, you get to see my friends' comments, and like, MFK, we are proud of you. You know, so that's alone. Got me so like, yeah, I can even do more. You know, so you people like that cheering you and giving you the support you need. So, very, very importantly, you need God. You need God because truth is we cannot do anything without Him. You need Him to help you balance everything so it's all proportionate. That third place is something that everybody needs to find out what it is for them. It's a good way to relax. It's a good way to take out all the tension and help you focus, to remain focused. So yeah.
Oh my God, thank you so much, MFK. That was insightful. I liked the support system because sincerely, no man is an island.
At all.
If you say you want to carry all the work on your head alone, that sanity you are craving, you will burn out. It will become an issue. And so yes, I'm all for support system. I'm all for circle of friends, not competitive friends. Friends collaborating with you, you know, cheering you on, giving you the ginger that you need. Thank you so much, MFK. That was very enlightening. Thank you so much. All right, our sales expert, our sales madam, the one and only Miss Funto Adewumbi. Welcome, welcome.
Yes,
welcome. It's so amazing. So where are you coming from? Tell me the truth. We've been waiting for you. What did you say? I didn't get that. Sorry.
Been jumping around with clients and all.
Oh, you see? She I told you she went to go and chase money.
chasing money.
All right, Miss Funto. So we want to get personal with you. We want you to share with us your journey in the real estate industry. How did you become this sales expert that we celebrate today? Let us know. Give us the gist. Give us the tea.
All right. So I'm just gonna thank you, Temitope. So I'm just gonna talk about journey entering into sales, like marketing department. Yeah. So firstly, like okay, I was done with school, looking for a job and all of that. I couldn't get. Then I have some group of friends who were into HR department, like HR operations and all of that. So I actually had like a small interest in it. Like when I left school, we had this thing called summer job. So I found myself into doing HR in Wema Bank. Then I grew interested in that. So when there was no job, found myself in holidays and all of that. Then I met Mr. Adekunle Dom, and I told him I was looking for a job. Like, okay, you offered me HR. Firstly, he threw marketing. Marketing. I was like, market.
He did it. He
About the target.
He did it,
Then you think
and the voice came up, but the icon for the person came up, but the video is not coming up. He said she has to click it from her end. She clicked it. The thing is still saying your video is disabled. So please help look at it. Yes, yes.
Can they mute?
Hello. Okay.
Okay, sorry, please continue. So sorry about that. Please continue.
The marketing, you think about the sales, that's the target, and working around, like, because I remember bankers, you have to trek, looking for clients, looking for this and all. So I threw the marketing away, basically. So I entered into Metro and Castle. I met Mr. Adekunle Abdul. The way he spoke, I was like, okay, I think I'm okay with this organization. Then I remember then we employed a lot of marketers, and they don't spend up to 2 months, 3 months, they're gone. And I remember my MD screaming like, "Oh, this is how you do it. This is what you should do." So in my head, I was like, "Okay, what's so difficult about this position?" I was just curious about it, not as if I really actually wanted to be a marketer. I'm like, why is it so difficult for them to reach that target? And I was really, really, really down to it. Like, I need to find a solution. Yes, I was really curious about it. Then I remember then we're into rent and all of that. So I just brought it to myself. The way he asked them to do, this is what to do, this is what you do, this is what to do. And I put that into practice. My first it was commission of rent. And then it was like 40,000 naira. And then 40,000 naira was a lot of money. I jumped out. This is a good money apart from my salary. Put down money, 5 and 6. So I don't like
share money magnets.
Money, after money is money. So I was like, oh, this is a good one. The second one, I did the same thing. And then we're just coming into the AJA axis and all of that. So we need to understand the market. We need to know what to do and what not to do. So Mr. Adekunle was a very good mentor. Like, I really look up to him. And he just opened his hands towards me and he was giving it to me, oh, this is what to do, this is what to do. And I remember I made my first sales. When I made my first like HR, we don't want to do HR like this. It became very, very, very interesting. Meeting people, convincing people, and I got to know that I actually have this talent in me, like this special talent. Like, because I'm an introvert, I don't even like to meet people. I don't like to talk. Like, I just keep to myself. And I just find myself getting into that axis, loving like people, like accommodative. And obviously you meet cool clients and funny clients. And I was able to find my way around it. I was able to manage clients. Things I could not do, I'll reach out to him. He will put me through, this is what to do. And it's been wonderful. Like, I've never regretted it for a bit. I'm meeting MFK. Yes, I remember then I met MFK around that journey. And I was seeing that the way they swag, they come to the side, they do this, they do that. I'm like, wow, I really love like the dressing. I was like, no. I have to do this. And it was wonderful. Like, it's wonderful, wonderful journey. And I'm just about to start. Like, I'm really looking up to MFK. Like, it's a DBQ. Like, it's really, really good. Yeah, it's really good. Then going to our training and all of that, it's been wonderful. I love everything about marketing. Marketing is sweet. Like, it opens doors for you. You meet people, you get to know people, referrals and all of that. So I really love it. It's a wonderful journey so far.
So what you're trying to say now is that Isha left HR for money. For money. That was I like the career. So one thing I got is that you can actually move. If you feel like, oh, where you are is not where you want to be, you can move. And moving helps you to realize that you can actually do this. It helps you realize that it's like I have a personality that kind of draws people to you. I have that personality that can convince people to drop millions of. It's not easy to convince someone to drop millions of naira. So your journey, is amazing, and we are so happy for you. I'm going to come back to you. Welcome, Mrs. Martha. Oh my God, it's been.
Ladies, I love you. I want to stay here to the end, but I have my next class coming up at 7 a.m. and I have just 10 minutes to get ready and go to class. So is there any other question you want to ask me before I leave?
We just want you to give us advice. Give the ladies here advice. What's the advice you have for women coming into real estate? What should they expect? What are the do's and don'ts? What should they not do? What should they watch out for? Majorly, just give us your closing advice, your closing remark.
Okay. My first advice is this. You do not need validation from anybody. Either a male counterpart, either a female counterpart. You do not need anybody to validate you.
Oh my God.
Whatever your dreams are, no matter how big, in fact, the bigger your dreams, the better. Your dreams need to scare you.
Yes.
When I started this other journey, when I started planning, every year I'll go to their website, check all the courses they have, look at the amount, and I'll run back. I'll say, hey, this money, can I pay? You know? But eventually I was like, okay, I need to do this thing at some point in my life. Something I really, really want to do. I've been to Lagos Business School, but I want to take it further, right? So whatever your dreams, no matter how huge they look, you can achieve it. Your dreams are very, very, very valid. Now, Sultan mentioned something about how she started and all of that. And I want to say this. We make it look easy. We say like it's very easy, like it's a bed of roses. It's not. But then again, is it achievable? Yes, a very big yes. The thing you need to do is, number one, acknowledge that yes, it's not going to be easy, but you're going to do it. Have that in your head. Then secondly, you need to build your brand.
Yeah.
Building your brand is what makes it easy for a client to part with millions and billions of money and give to you and say, yes, I want to buy this property through you.
Yes.
Like I say in my trainings, if you have attended my trainings before, I always say, you cannot be looking at 50 naira. I want to close a deal of 50 million.
Yes.
You need to look the part. You need to build your brand. And the way you look is also part of your brand. So women need to be more, we need to focus on our brand. Your brand is what, to get to a point where you don't even need to do much marketing anymore. Your brand is what is selling. How can you sell? Because you have built that brand to its point that, yes, once they hear, oh, Vivian comes, okay, she's been doing it for a while. I trust her, we can pay. We don't even need to come for inspection. It's because I've built my brand to the glory of God. So as you embark on this journey and you say, yes, I want to become a realtor, you need to start building your brand. So those are my last words. I love you all. And thank you, Metro and Cass, for putting this together. It's really, really nice. Martha, I can see your beautiful face. Love you.
Thank you so much. We're so grateful. We're so
Thank you so much,
I love you, but I need to go, so I will not be late for class before they lock me out. All right, love you guys. And please send me the recording. I want to hear what Martha is going to say. I want to hear what other speakers are going to say. All right? Love you and thank you for them. All right. Bye.
Hi, Martha. It's so good to have you here. We've been, oh God, it's been a struggle. We're so happy.
I've been here right from, I think I came in 12:05 or 12:07.
Yeah, I noticed.
And I've been here shouting, saying I can hear you. But I couldn't, my phone was disabled. Thank God for Femi. Femi had to enable me. My video wasn't showing. I had to log on to my other phone, the same thing. But thank God I'm here.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for going through all this trouble for us. So this is Mrs. Martha Ene. This is Mrs. Martha Ene Ochigo. She's the MD CEO of Mio Antra Realtors, and she's also the admin director of Team Focus Realtors. So amazing to have you here, Martha. Thank you so much for honoring us. And thank you so much for being part of people that, pushes Metro and Castle. Now, we appreciate you. So I'm going to be asking you your journey, what inspired you to pursue a career in real estate? Why real estate? Why not banking? Why not agriculture? Why not something else? Why real estate?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so let me just go straight to the point. Okay, so you said, why not banking?
Yeah.
I'm in the banking industry. I was there for 15 years.
Ooh, that's a new one. That's a new revelation.
So I was in the banking industry for 15 years. I was in the mortgage bank, commercial bank, and investment banking.
Wow.
So what motivated me, first of all, is that I noticed that we had a lot of fixed deposits when I was in the banking sector. We had people coming in, fixed deposits and all that. And then the money they were getting, like, when you fix your money in the bank, the interest rate is nothing. You're living it for 1 year, it's per annum. So you're getting, let's say, 3%, 4% per annum in the banking sector. And then I found myself in a bank that went down, as in they were what's that word now? They went bankrupt, right? Due to mismanagement. And I had so many clients or so many customers with fixed deposit, big money. So I was like, okay, a friend of mine invited me, introduced me into real estate while I was still in the banking sector. And I know I have people that want to invest, but they don't know how to go about the investment. They're just investing in banking, putting their money there for 1 year, 2 years, and nothing good is coming out of it. And so I told myself, I said, come, I can actually get these people to put this money into real estate. I advise them on how to invest it, how to even make money out of it. And to be frank with you, a lot of them can testify to it. They brought their money and today they are happy, right? So that's one of the motivating factors, actually. And then secondly, money. Yes, I would say I wasn't getting, and my pay was good. My pay was actually very good. Yeah, when I was working. But when I compared what I was getting while still working, sitting in the office and making 2 or 3 times what you're being paid per annum. It doesn't make any sense. I just had to run.
Yeah,
right.
Money is actually a strong motivational factor.
I was trying to get people to invest their money rightly. And then secondly, there's what we know, workshop. Let me use that word, workshop. So when you must make money. Whatever you're doing that is not giving you money, then. So that's it.
Okay, so I like how I'm hearing how the moving from one sector to the next sector. It's actually amazing. You were in banking for 15 years. Yeah. That's huge, and now you're in real estate. That's actually huge.
And now I was also in a facility management company, right?
Oh wow!
Yes, so I was there for 2 years.
You've done things, so I'm so proud of you. That's actually good. That's actually a success story. It's a success story, and that's actually amazing. Now, today is majorly about women. We want to promote inclusion in women. So I'm going to ask you that, have you encountered any gender-specific obstacles, in your career? And how did you navigate, these obstacles that you faced as a woman?
One of the obstacles, really, when I left the banking industry, first of all, I had the clientele base. I had the people that were willing to buy properties, right?
Yeah.
I had people that already know me, and they know that, look, even when we had issues in the banking sector, some of them I told them, I said, come, there's a problem, right? Withdraw your money. I encourage them to withdraw their money. So I was able to, I gathered strength from there and trust. So I had a lot of people willing to patronize me from the banking sector, right? I had a lot of people, both male, female, they were willing to patronize me. But along the line, because you know how it is, if you have 20 or let's say 100 people that that wants to patronize or that has patronized you, you have to get more people. You can't just base on, your clients shouldn't be just 100 people. You have to go out. So when I go out, or when I went out, one of the major, let me use the word, because I'm a beautiful girl. I'm very pretty, right?
Yes.
I'm beautiful, and then
yes,
I have the stature.
I agree.
Okay, I have the stature. Yes. So most men out there, when they see a beautiful lady, especially in marketing, the first thing they think of is they want to take advantage of that person.
Yes.
I had that problem in the banking industry, and I thank God for a pastor that brought me out. A pastor told me, he said, look, they just put you out there to go and get targets, get money, and then they just put you out to men. And then this pastor introduced me to more than 50 of his friends, right? So, yes, now in real estate, when I encountered that, the first person came to me and said, look, I want to buy properties. I want to buy, he told me I want to buy 10 properties, 10 different properties. I took the person out for inspection. We did everything as he saw the place, he likes the place. And the next thing he said, look, he collected forms, filled all the forms, and I was already calculating my commission. Only for him to tell me, look, you have to submit. You have to be ready to give in. Do you understand? And I was married. Even when I was single, I saw the things I didn't do. So that was one major problem. Asking you to do what you're not supposed to do because you want to sell. And I already told the man, I said, look, investment in real estate, you're investing for yourself. You're investing for your future. I was very, I was diplomatic about it. I wasn't offending him. I wasn't, I try not to offend him. And I was still trying to make sure he buys from me. Eventually, he did not do anything, but he bought the property. Now, what happened? When I was able to, I didn't, initially I told him, if you're not ready to buy, no problem. So he went his way. 1 week, 2 weeks later, he called me and said the property he saw, he wants to buy them. And then he bought those properties. Now, let me explain. Let me even tell you something that happened. After he bought those properties, there was a property he bought for 3.5. That was in 2018. He bought 5 plots and he got 1 for free. Do you know that in 2020, he sold one of the plots for 8.4 million naira?
Wow, that's real estate.
He sold it for 10.5. And then the third property, he sold it for 14.8. Now, don't forget, he bought 5 plots then and got 1 for free. Right now, he has 3 properties left, 3 plots left, and he has made his money double, like 3/4 of his money, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that when he wanted to buy the property, one thing I told him is that you're not investing for me. You're investing for yourself. It is for your own good. So why are you asking me for what I will not give because you want to buy property from me? Then I reminded him recently. I said, sir, you have made triple the money you invested, and you still have 3 plots left. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, so that's by the way. And then along the line, I have a downline in the real estate business. A downline that ran to me at a point and told me that somebody is asking him to sleep with him. Sorry, let me use that word. I hope I'm okay to use that word. Right?
Yes,
and then when she told me, I had to tell her my story. I told her, look, you have to stand your ground. You have to let them know that they're investing for themselves. They're not, so I told her my story. I encouraged her. And I told her, look, if one person is not buying from you, the other person will buy from you. Others will buy from you. And today, the same story. She sells, even though she didn't sell to that man, but she still, sold. And then let me tell you, another person gave me the same story. So I'm trying to let you know that these are issues we face as women in the real estate business. Now, another person told me that to be frank with you, she opened up to me. She told me she gave in to the guy. And guess what? The guy didn't buy from her. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
So when she was telling me that, what happened was I told her my story. And then she started crying. So when she was crying, I asked her, what is the problem? She said, because she actually gave in, but the guy didn't buy eventually.
Wow.
So you have to, the guy didn't buy. She told me that. She said the guy did not buy, even when she did everything just to sell. So I now told her, I said, that is where professionalism comes in. You have to be professional in your business. Every business, in fact, because as women, we are, especially when you are in the sales field, you have to be professional. You have to be, if you are professional and you let them know that you have your ethics, there are some things you don't do. To be frank with you, they will come back and they'll buy from you. So that's it.
Thank you so much, Martha. This particular problem or this particular issue, it's the most common gender issue. Females face, women face. People just men, women, they just belittle you, see you pretty fine girl and say, oh, you have, because you're pretty or this or that. Then they belittle your work to the fact that they forget that you actually have something upstairs.
Yeah.
They forget that you went to school and you know what you're doing, and it's one of the issues that I know that people, we females would, like you said, stand your ground. Look at the lady that you said that she finally gave him, but did not buy, the guy did not buy from her. So it's one of the things that I would say as females, stand your ground. If this issue is if you're facing this issue, it's important to say no and also stand your ground. Thank you so much, Martha, for that. I have one more question for you. Yeah. One more question for you. So I would like you to, we just finished sharing this gender issue that, could have even let you say that, you know what, I'm not even doing again. This real estate thing, with this encounter that I just faced, that they're asking me for this, that I cannot even give them. I'm going to pack my bags and I'm going to run. But he did not run. So this brings me to the next question. You know, can you share a memorable moment or experience that reaffirmed your passion for real estate, you know, and that impact that you made in the real estate industry as a woman? You know, that's one thing, that's one memorable experience or moment that you said, you know what, this real estate thing, I'm not leaving you. It's me and you forever. So just share that moment with us. Thank you.
Okay, so you said one.
Yes. Oh, you have a lot. You have a lot.
Wow. You know, this real estate is actually challenging, right? And it's also inspiring. To get inspiration from real estate. So yes. First of all, you see, what inspires me, what makes me feel like, look, this real estate we can continue is that, one, when my clients are happy, when they give me feedback, they tell me, look, we got this property was sold like a few years ago, and today the property is selling at this amount. When my clients are happy, in fact, I am happy. And it makes me, if there was a time I got really, something happened due to some developers actually disappointed me, right?
Oh, okay.
And I was not happy, especially with delivery, when their houses, when they are due, their properties are supposed to be delivered to them. And somehow issues came up and they were not given their properties. I got really upset and I was like, okay, because I put myself in my client's position a lot. I used to feel, okay, how will I feel if I was the client, right?
Person, yeah.
So at the time I felt like, look, these people they want to kill me. They want to kill me, but you know, I tried everything possible to see how I can get that property for the clients. Yes, along the line I got it. It has a lot of challenges, either from documentation, from different things. But when I hear clients telling me, look, they are happy with my service, it makes me like I want to keep going. I'll tell you something. Something happened. In fact, there's a client of mine. You know the client, Mr. Femi Thompson, the one that bought one of our units in Metro.
Yeah. Yes.
The day he collected his key, a client, is it client now? No, not client. A tenant was actually waiting to rent the house. And after that, the comment I got after that, I was so happy. Like, he made me feel like, okay, you can continue this business. And then after that, he has referred several people to me. He tells them, go and meet her. She's professional. She will give you what you want. So these are things that make me feel like, oh, I have to continue, regardless of what is happening, which, to be frank with you, all business, not just real estate, all business have challenges. But you must be ready to face it. It's surmountable. You know, you have to find a way of surmounting those problems and keep moving on. And then my daughter also inspired me. The other time she told me, she said, Mommy, I want to be, she said, I will read accounting because I actually read accounting in school. She said, I'll read accounting, I'll work in the bank. After that, I'll go into real estate.
Real estate.
And I asked her, I said, why do you want to go into real estate? She said, Mommy, every day you go out, you come back with gifts. They give you gifts. They give you gifts. They give you win things. Sometimes you get awards. Sometimes they call you highest top selling realtor. You know, she does. That inspires, you know, she's happy. And then it's also inspiring me. I feel like, okay, this girl is looking up to me. I can just give up. You understand? So she said, Mommy, I want to be like, I want to just be getting things. I want people to be celebrating me, you know. So one of the things, when my clients are happy, I am happy. It keeps me going. And then my daughter. And then, of course, money. Because the thing is, yeah, some people's
I was waiting for you to get there. I was waiting for you to get to the money part.
Yeah, money is part of it, because the truth is, women, seriously, women needs to, we need to come out. We need to be, we shouldn't depend on our husbands. You know, we shouldn't sit at home. We shouldn't be sit at home mom. We must be ready to work. My husband respects me. His family respects me. They see me as, some of them see me as a role model based on what I do. They tell me, they see me everywhere. Yeah, you sometimes tell me you're hardworking. In fact, just yesterday, someone sent me a message and said, the hardworking mama. That's what she said. So we're hardworking mama of the Obus family. You know, so part of it is, you know, money. They're not begging anybody for money. When they call you, you're not saying no. You're also helping, you know.
Yes, that's independent woman.
Yeah, exactly.
So out of everything, you know, it's amazing. For me, I agree with client testimonials. You know how people will just, when people praise you, you want to do more, you want to go the extra mile. The more people tell you, well done, we appreciate you, we appreciate your work. It's enough ginger for you to say, I want to do more, I want to make this person proud, I want to do it again so they can be happy. And of course, your cute daughter, it's good to know that, you know, children are watching. You know, children are watching, and even from their young age, they see things, they know things, they hear things, and it's good that you're setting a good example for your daughter. Thank you so much for that, Samantha. I'm going to come back to you. So I'm coming back to Mrs. Ochanya. I have this question for you, Ma, amiable head of HR and people operations. So, you know, can you speak on the importance of fostering a positive company culture and employee satisfaction within Metro and Castle? You know, we want to hear you. What we want to see what you do with, you know, fostering a positive company culture and employee satisfaction within Metro and Castle. You have the floor, Ma.
Wow, today has been a lot of information and so practical ones. So it's been amazing. Martha, thank you. Good to see you. And thank you for making our time to be here with us today. We've gleaned a lot from your knowledge. Funto, that was an amazing session as well. I know you love money. I mean, if they ever say don't sleep again, just be making money. I know that you'll say, I agree. So it's just been really amazing. I'm so blessed to be part of the facilitators today. So talking about culture, you know, when we're in school, then they'll tell you that culture is a way of life of a group of people, right? Living in a particular place. But one part that maybe they forgot to teach us was who forms culture and what determines culture, you know. So for us here at Metro and Castle, you know, we made it a thing of priority to not just know what is expected of us, but to live, you know, by what is expected of us. And that's what now becomes culture. So when we say that we only deliver excellence, when we say things like, oh, we don't compromise on quality, you know, when we say it's quality over quantity, like in today's world, real estate world, when you see how some of our brothers develop, and then you come to Metro and Castle, you know there's a difference. We don't mind sacrificing our space for access roads. We don't mind sacrificing, you know, some plots for recreational centers just because we want absolute comfort for the residents. And this is not in a bid to market. This is actually saying what the kind of culture that we have. Because we place, Martha, why are you giving me that kind of smile?
You're marketing.
You can testify that it's the truth. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing. So when we actually say things like achieving unmatched quality through client satisfaction, we mean it. We don't have clients, and not that we're perfect, but it's because of how intentional. Intentionality is part of the culture of Metro and Castle. So when we say we're intentional, it's not just in how we build, how we relate. So I can have a staff that is maybe not talking right to a particular client, and then you see everybody around him or her saying, no, you don't do that. That's because it's not the norm. It's not the way of life of this group of people, you know, here at Metro and Castle. So beyond how we speak, beyond how we dress, beyond the quality of our projects, you know, it transcends to even the ambience of where our residents reside, you know, so it's everywhere. So it's something that, you know, I'm very passionate about. Remember when I was talking about myself at the beginning, I was talking about how I'm a culture creator. And that's because till you get to that point where you can form a way of life amongst people, you cannot stand out. So when a vision, we want a system where we want to get to the point where, or we are even there, you know, and we're working, we keep improving, you know, where if you see this kind of thing, you know, it's Metro. I mean, you might not even see Metro apartment on a building, but when you just see the kind of road that we do or the kind of drainage. You don't say, this looks like metro. I'm sure it's metro. So it transcends into every single thing that we do. And like I said, we don't compete with anybody. We're not the competition is not part of our value system. No, we're in a world of our own. We're in a league of our own, and that's why we don't say, oh, this particular plot of land can give you 6 units or can give you 7 units because XYZ is developed as well. So when we even go into partnerships with our investors and the likes, we always look at what is mutually beneficial. One thing that is prevalent in our culture is also integrity. If Metro says they will do it, they will do it. If we say we're not doing it, we're not doing it. And as much as we all love money, I usually say that Metro places value over money. And our greatest satisfaction as a brand is the fact that we have people that come around and say that, oh, Metro, thank you. I actually got value. In fact, I got much more. We had one of our partners at the time that came in and he just went, oh, wow, oh, I can't believe this. And then the wife went, I had a banana palm tree here. Oh, where is it? So just yesterday you cut off the banana palm tree and today I have 6 units standing. Those are the things that actually put a smile on our face. And of course, the money so that we can keep being in business. But, so for us, like I mentioned earlier, when I talked about what even connected me personally with the brand is the fact that we go after impacting lives. I mean, we transformed this entire community. We just brought the energy, we brought life. We have a third supermarket coming up and within the same community. And it's amazing how just yesterday we're discussing about it. And I was just telling the person I was with that life has come to this environment, this place that it was like nobody was living here. Suddenly I'm seeing a lot of people, development has just skyrocketed there, and that's just what we're even called to life to do, really, to add value. So that's what I'll say about our culture. It's something that we don't even play with. And if we see anything that, is contrary to it, we check it out immediately.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mrs. Achanya. That was very insightful. Thank you for enlightening us. Thank you so much. So, we have come to the end of today's program. But before everyone goes, I'm going to ask you one question, and I want to hear from everybody. So I'm going to be asking Funto first. Ms. Funto Adewimbi, what advice would you give to aspiring women who want to excel in real estate? Are there specific things they need to know, specific skills, knowledge? What should they focus on? What should they do? What should they not do for people coming in to real estate? Please unmute your mic, please.
All right. So I think first thing first is, Warren, you need to have a mentor. That's mentorship. It's very, very important. Like, you really have to have someone in that system, in that field, to lead you through, to know where to go, where not to go, to know the kind of product to sell. Like I said, I love money, but I love good money. I don't like money that will choke my neck. Do you understand? I'll tell you the way it is. Yeah, because you, as well as sell a product, and you will not be able to sleep well. Yeah. If your client is not happy, then you've not succeeded. You've not done anything. You've not achieved anything at all, and you won't even get like a good referral. They'll be like, that girl don't go there. You understand? So I think mentorship is a key thing. Very, very, very important. And like I said, I have a mentor already, which is my boss, Adekunle Rashid Abdul. Do you understand? So it was kind of very easy for me. So when I want to get into trouble, I know what to do. I tell him, I consult him, basically. I talk to him like 2-4-7, like, oh, this is what's going on. How can I go about it? So when you see me come back outside and stand on my feet like, oh, I can't do this, you just know that I got the idea, I got the go ahead from my mentor, like from a leader who has seen everything, who has gone far, and he knows what it is in the field. So first and foremost, I think I'll go for the mentorship. Mentorship is very, very important.
Thank you so much, Funto. We took out mentorship, and I totally agree with you. Mentorship is very important. If you want to go far in the real estate industry, you need a mentor. Now, Mrs. Martha, I'm going to throw the same question at you. What advice would you give the aspiring women who want to excel in real estate, who want to make real estate their field? What should they do? Are there specific skills, knowledge they should have? Please let us know.
Okay, so I wanted to say something before this question, but maybe
okay.
After. Okay, so it's concerning what Ochanya said.
All right.
She said something like Metro, how it was before and how it is right now. So I'm actually part of it, right? When you started the first phase of Metro, I have an old video. The video I did, one very long video I did when you started that first one. The place was looking very funny. All right, if you see the video. But today, in fact, it has changed. So it's actually transforming a place that was nothing to somebody. Just I want to buttress what she said, because I'm actually part of it. I saw how it started and I know where it is right now. And I can see where Metro is going to, they're going higher, right? I'm happy, seriously. All my clients are happy. Wow. They got their houses. We didn't have to wait for days, months to get their houses delivered to them. So I'm really happy. My clients are happy and I'm happy. And one of the things that is making me move ahead, move forward, like, look, even if I'm not going to, the real estate is getting tough, right? It's really getting tough with the cost of building materials and everything. But it is still good to have your clients getting their properties delivered to them, regardless of the challenges.
Yes.
So Metro,
yes.
I see that happening. I see that. I know that we won't regret partnering with you. I still have more coming. By the grace of God, like this. They are working on it.
Thank you so much, Martha. So thank you. Oh God, we are so happy to hear that. Thank you so much for this feedback.
I'm saying it from my heart. It's how I feel, not because of this program, but it's really how I feel.
Thank you.
That's why you see me running all the time with it.
Thank you so much, Martha.
So for women wanting to come into real estate, yes, Funto said it's like she said, we need a mentor. We need mentors, right? Yeah. Just a mentor or mentors, right? Also, we need training. We need to know what we are doing. A lot of people just ventured into real estate because of money. Some clients, some people just go, oh, I've sold my property, I've sold the property already. They don't even know the title documents of the property. They don't know anything about they don't know anything about real estate, just sell and go on. But we need to keep, training ourselves, know things about real estate, so that you are not just, make yourself a professional. They should be ready to be professionals, not just like agents, because we have real estate agents, realtors, we have consultants, which is also realtors. So the agents are the ones that just sell and go. They don't know anything about what they are selling. But if you want to go into real estate proper, be ready to learn, training, go for training, train yourself on customer service, how to handle your customers, how to handle rejection, how to market, how to even promote your business. You must be ready. MFK said something earlier. She said personal branding. Some people don't even know anything about personal branding. So they need training. You also need training on personal branding. So real estate, for people wanting to or planning to go into real estate, should be ready to learn.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Martha. Training is getting education. You can't say you're coming into a field and you have no idea. You just want to wing it, and then you go, oh, I tried real estate. It just did not work for me. It didn't work for you because you didn't have the right knowledge. You didn't have the right skills to make it work for you. So yes, that was so good. Thank you so much, Martha. Mrs. Ochanya. Oh my God! I wish this could just go on. I'm enjoying the conversations we're having.
Can I say one thing? If you permit me, it is well. I'm enjoying the class. Don't mind me. the meeting, So another thing, please, which I also want women to know. A lot of people just want to. They don't want to work. They just want to, some people prefer even asking for money, asking people to give them money, right? Some people are in this real estate business, they don't do anything. They just want miracles. They just want to post and then see people buy. They should be ready to work. Yeah. We go out every day, we do videos, we inspect.
Yes.
Sometimes we don't sleep. We're online looking for clients. Yes. So they have to leave their comfort zone. It's not like you want to be a real estate. You see people making money, you think it's easy. No, they must be ready to work. As in work, not just not that you post one video today and nobody is calling you that they want to buy property. You're like, I'm tired. I can't continue. How are they even making it in real estate? Consistency. They must be consistent. They must be ready to work very hard to make it. To make it in real estate business.
Consistency. I like that word. Consistency. That's the word. That's the word. You don't show up today, not show up tomorrow. That's not even how you build your personal brand. People want to buy from people they can trust. Yeah. And if you're not showing up every time for your brand, no one's going to trust you. So thank you so much for that matter. That was mind-blowing. So Mrs. Achaya, I would like to hear from you. What advice would you give to aspiring women who want to, excel in any field? Now, I'm not throwing it to real estate now. I'm throwing it to any field, they find themselves in. Please let us know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I might not get the opportunity to thank everyone for joining in today, but it means a lot to us here at Metro and Castle that you made out time to join in and then share knowledge right with us. Martha has said it, she has said it all, Funtal has said it all. If you were around when MFK spoke as well earlier, you would have gleaned a lot from her wealth of experience as well. One of the things I would like to say is that, and I know I brag a lot about Metro and Castle, but the truth is because we're doing really great at the things we're doing. We have a training center coming up, and it's because we have seen that there is a gap in the industry. There are lots of people that would like to veer into real estate. And Martha has told us today, if you want to do this thing, have knowledge, right? You can't just jump in and want to start churning millions overnight. You have to have knowledge. And like I told you, we're all about making impact. We're all about adding value. And that's why we have also noticed this gap. And we're about to enlighten realtors. We have a lot of realtors that just feel that the business is just about selling house. It's not just about selling house. It's about selling an experience. It's about giving people, an experience that they cannot recover from. Why is it that you have some subscribers that they don't want to talk to anybody else? If it's not there's nobody, I don't want to see anybody. Please, is she around? No, okay, I'll come back. It has to be this realtor, it has to be this marketer. It's because they're giving them an experience, and what are the documentations that are required? Do you have the interest of your subscriber, the person, your prospects? Do you have their interest at heart? So it's not just about selling. And then that's what, our training center is going to be addressing. It's going to really be shedding light in a lot of gray areas and then a lot of misconceptions that people have. Is this land a buildable space? What are the approved documents that we need? What are the steps that needed to be taken before, I can even put my shovel to ground to start construction? It's going to be a very holistic experience for even people that have no experience at all, and then people that are already in the business but are getting it wrong. So, there's a training center that is going to come up. We have fantastic facilitators that we're already partnering with, training institutes that we're partnering with to ensure that at the end of the day, we actually give value so that we can correct a lot of ills and a lot of, wrong information that is actually circulating, in the industry. A lot of people are buying houses. I mean, there's no money. I don't know where people are seeing money, Sha. But I think we don't end up buying a property, and at the end of the day, you hear that Lagos state government has come to bulldoze your house because you built on a drainage. I mean, someone can have heart attack. But some people have even lost their lives. People have saved, they've gathered their pension money to say, finally, I own a house. And the next thing you see is an ex from LAPSCA. I mean, so things like that. So the training, you cannot overemphasize that. I talked earlier about collaboration. I'm still dwelling on it. Please, guys, you need to collaborate. You cannot do it alone. Glean from people's wealth of experience. Funto has already talked about mentorship. I cannot even, say anything without mentioning Mr. Adekunle Ado's name, for example, when it comes to this, my journey. Because at every point in time, he's available to say, no, you don't do it like this. No, you do it like this. And remember what I said, you can only go far by climbing on the shoulders of those that have gone ahead of you. It will prevent you from making ultimate mistakes. And then another thing I would like to tell you is that not all that glitters is gold. Punto said something, it's not just about collecting the money, but collecting it.
Good money.
Like, don't deceive people. Good money, collecting good money. Also very important. I'll also talk about consistency. I mean, I'm one person that can procrastinate for Africa. God is helping me. I can procrastinate. I will do it. But we've taken something from today's session to say, you really want to build your brand, you have to be consistent. It's not just about starting, be consistent. And I would like to talk to people that are like me, that procrastinate. You can say that, I procrastinated, but today that I remember, I choose to take a step in the right direction with respect to my dream, with respect to my goal, with respect to this industry I'm about to find myself in. And remember, like we also said, do it afraid. I mean, it's okay to fail, right? Do it afraid, but dust it off, stand up, move on, continue. And guess what? The higher your goals are, the higher the challenges you're going to face. So you can't even stop now. Funta talked about how she made 40 million. Now she's collecting her commission in millions. 40 million. She made 40,000 naira, right? And then now her commissions are rolling in millions. I mean, that is how it should be. She experienced challenges at the beginning, but she didn't stop there. She continued, and she's still experiencing challenges now. And there are also bigger challenges, like MFK even mentioned, that she's still experiencing. But it shouldn't stop you. So please go on, please continue. And then lastly, I would like to talk about support systems. You cannot, as a woman, and even as a man, just in case you joined in, right, you cannot actually be as successful as you think you want to be alone. You really need support systems. There are things that you cannot divide. You can't divide yourself into 2-3 places. When people talk about work-life balance, there was an article I wrote some time ago, and I said, I don't really believe in work-life balance. There's nothing you're balancing. The scale go there like this. It cannot be like this. So we now talk about work-life integration. How can I integrate activities to actually create some sort of sanity? That's even the word MFK used as well. How can I create some form of sanity to my everyday life such that one doesn't have to suffer for the other? And I'll be real with you. At some point, some part of your life will take priority over the other. It's in phases. I mean, if you're in school and you're preparing for exam, it's not at that point you're thinking about how you want to start traveling the world, that, my social life is suffering. That won't work like that. If you're trying to, acquire a property, at that point, all your resources, all your thought pattern is going into that, into that project. That's not the point you'll be thinking about, I want to travel the world, or I want to do schooling, or I want to do another kind of investment at that point in time. So it's important for you to even know what your priorities are. And then that would also help you know where to channel, your energy. I'll just stop there. It's just been an amazing time. It's just a whole lot to talk about today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so before we go, I would like to add one thing to this. So everything, all our facilitators have said, I would say be teachable. We talked a lot about training. one thing to get trained, it's one thing to learn from what you are getting. So it's you're getting so much knowledge, but are you using what you're getting? So be teachable. You don't know everything. Don't feel like you know everything. Yeah, sometimes you need to go back, unlearn, relearn, and you keep learning. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone who joined. Thank you to our facilitators. Thank you to MFK who isn't here, but she spent at least an hour and some minutes with us. We're so grateful.
Yes,
and we know that when she comes back from this Harvard, it's going to be her knowledge. She's going to be hot. She's going to be hot. Thank you so much to Martha. Thank you for going through all the stress. That stress that you have to go through just to be here. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Funto, aka Money Magnet. Thank you, Mrs. Ochanya. I know how busy you are, but you spent 2 hours with us here. So grateful. Thank you to everyone who joined. So I want you to do something for me, Ba. I want you to do one thing, just one thing for me. I want you to go online, share what you learned in this webinar and tag at Metro and Castle. Tag the facilitators, tag Metro and Castle. Just share with the world what you learned in this webinar. We look forward to having more webinars like this. This was amazing. If you think it was amazing, drop a comment in the comment section. Let's hear from you. Let's hear what you have to say about this. And if you have questions, I know you have questions, but our time is fast spent. I'm so sorry. We won't be able to take questions. But like I said, you can go online, share what you have, and also share your questions online. And I'm sure our facilitators will be happy, to engage these questions. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Ochanya, once again. Say something to us, say something to the audience, before you go. Just tell them you love them. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, MFK. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Punto. Thank you, our amazing host. Nobody has blown your trumpet too. Thank you, Temi. You are phenomenal. You're amazing. And for everyone that spent time to join us here today, you guys are the best. Thank you. We look forward to your comments. We look forward to engagement and see you at the top. Thank you.
Punta. Okay, so bye. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
You're welcome, Martha. Thank you so much, Martha. Bye.
Bye.